Okay, so hello. So this took a ridiculously long amount of time for me to sort out, and YouTube was playing me up at the beginning. So hopefully you'll like this. Anyway, a lot of people have been asking about doing drop-down menus in things like GroovePages and FreePageBuilder. And generally people thought it wasn't possible. But here it is. So that's why I decided to spend a super ridiculously long time doing it, because I don't like being beaten. And there we are. So there is one caveat about this, which I'll tell you at the end. But you know, I think it's okay, but it's up to you. But anyway, so it's quite simple. Anyway, so this is what we do. But as you can see, working, we've got links in there. And if you click on it, it goes to whatever the URL of the link is. Okay, so how do we do it? So basically, I'll start from scratch, I think. There we go. Let's get rid of that as well. Okay, so let's say you've got your page and you just want to add your navigation to it now. So obviously you're going to have to write down or copy and paste the URLs of all your pages, okay, because it won't build it automatically. So you have to know what the links to each item in the menu is. Okay, you have to know that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to, and this is GroovePages. I'll show it to you in FreePageBuilder as well in a minute. Anyway, but in GroovePages you just put an empty all the way across block in. Okay. And it puts that little placeholder in for us, and then we got the element. So I forgot to mention, this is ever so slightly techy. It shouldn't be super techy because it's basically copy and paste, but you know, you're going to have some non-fear of stuff, of tech in you. Anyway, so we put the sorry, I didn't even say what it was. We put the embed block, the HTML embed block, in the one page thing. So there is code embed, it's called in the page builder, but all of them have got some sort of HTML embed or code embed kind of thing. So that's the one we put in here. And then you literally click on it, and then you click on the little cog. So this is now, basically in source code. Okay, so if I give you the script, what you do is you actually I wanted to show you one thing before I do that. So the first thing first is this is the HTML of the menu. Okay, so if you have any sort of HTML builder, it will help you to build this, and they're just li and /li to end them bullets. And then to get the sub menus, where they're indented here, we're using a UL, an unordered list, and a /UL to end them. Okay, that's basically all we do. But you can see from the example I give you, to change the URL between the two quote marks. You can see the word home, and you can change the word home, and that sort of stuff. And then when you roll over it, you get a little I forgot what they're called now. The little suggest thing, like title 4 or whatever, and you can see again that there, where you change those in between the quote marks. So all you need to do is to create this HTML. Basically, just edit what's there. You can see, you should be able to see where you can edit. Obviously, never edit within the arrows. Okay, so add between the arrows at the very minimum, and usually it's between the quote marks. Okay, but any HTML will do that for you, and they're basically just li bullet tags and ul bullet tags for the sub menus. Okay, and it would look like that, and obviously that's not a drop down menu. So the clever bit comes with the CSS. So with the CSS, okay, it transforms the LIs and ULs into this drop down menu. Okay, and if you want to add an extra you know, menu here. Let's say on the home menu you want an extra one. Okay, you can see you've got your it starts with the LI, and then the sub menus are ULs. Okay, they're in between the ULs and then their LIs as well. So we can just literally copy and paste one of the LIs, okay, and put in a new one. Okay, and it would have its own link. I'm using Google for all of mine. And then you can see suddenly we've got another sub menu there. Okay, so, and if you don't want the sub menu, you just, you know, select the LI bit between the LI start and the LI end, which is /LI. I'm sorry if I'm not making that very clear, but you can see that it starts with the arrows LI arrow, and it ends with arrow /LI arrow. Okay, so you just take it between the LI and /LI and delete it, and now suddenly it will only be 2 drop down menus. Okay, so that's what it is. So you're just going to create HTML that looks like that. Okay, and then when the CSS is put on it, it will suddenly look like the drop down menu and work like a drop down menu. So to get that into GroovePages, we just take the CSS code, which I'll give you probably in a notepad file or something like that, and you just paste it in. Okay, it's literally copy and paste once you've got your menu sorted out, and then you take your menu with your names and everything in it, and then you copy that and paste that in after the first bit we just pasted in, and then we just click save, and that's it. Okay, so it's sort of techy, but it's not super techy. And if I click off that, you'll see that one moving as well. Okay, and it's done. And then we'll just save it, and we'll preview it, and you can see that it's working with the URLs on each of the buttons. Okay, and that's it. Okay, and in let me go to that. And in GroovePages, okay, it's basically exactly the same. We're going to create a block, an empty block. There it is, which is all the way across. Okay, and then we're just going to go in. I can't remember we edit this. Oh, sorry, I haven't put the. And then we put the code embed thing in. Okay, that one's called embed. Should go in. I may need to put a. No, I put a block in there. Hang on. Why isn't that happening? There we go. Okay, I just wasn't dragging it in the right place. And we put the code embed in. Okay, and we edit that. How do we do that? There we are. That'll do me, I think. Okay, I'll just get rid of whatever's in there. And now I'm just going to do the same thing again. From the notepad file that I gave you, I'm just going to copy and paste the style sheet. So I'm in the wrong thing. There we are. And then directly after that, we copy and paste your version of your menus with your names and your links. Paste that in. Oops. And oh, I don't know what happened then. That went odd. Where did it go? There it is. I don't know why that went mad. Anyway, let's just do that again. Oops, empty block. Hang on. Actually, can we just put an embed code? Actually, I think with FreePages it's even easier. I think we can just use the code embed block if it's going to do it. There we go. Yeah, that was even easier. Okay, so with FreePages we just need to put it's a block, and it's called, come on, open up, it's called embed. Okay, and then that's it, and then we just put the code in. So let me just post the code in again. I don't know why it went mad the first time. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing there. Hang on. In fact, let me just do that again. I'm not convinced that went in properly. Yeah, for some reason that hadn't gone down the style. I don't know why that was. Anyway, just paste that in. Something odd's going on. I think it's taken. One second. I swear it's taking the embed off. Anyway, let me just do it via Notepad. Hang on. Right, it's definitely got the style on it there. Okay, and then we just take the HTML that you've done, which has got all of your menu names and all that in. Okay, so I've got it all in one Notepad file now, and I'm just going to try and paste that in there. That's better. And then we'll save that, and then we are. There's our menu. Okay, it looks a bit different for some reason. I think it's got the extra garbage on it. Sorry, by garbage I mean the HTML around it. That looks alright. Anyway, let's see if that worked. It shouldn't have this white space around it, that's all. But let's see if it's really like that or not. Yeah, it's basically right. Something's gone a little bit different in that one. I have to play with FreePages a bit, but I presume you're all using GroovePages now rather than FreePages. But it's kind of there, but something's gone a little bit skewy because it shouldn't have this white space around it. So let me just, I don't want to waste your time, but I'm just very quickly gonna, let me just delete this one as well. Okay, let's just put any old thing in here. Just for content. Come on. Right, there we are. Right, so let's just try it again. So it's a block, and in theory it's an empty block, and I'm just going to paste the whole thing in one go, the style sheet and the HTML that you've made with your own custom names and links. And yeah, you see it's got this extra stuff in there. Anyway, let's see if that's better. Okay, yeah, so rather than do it with the pen there, okay, go into HTML view here, get rid of whatever's there at the moment, and then paste in your thing, and then you can see it's behaving itself. Okay, so let's save that. Let's preview it. That's better. Okay, and then it's doing some stuff. Okay, maybe if you want that margin, then we have to experiment with what code needs to stay in there, but that's working much more as I expected. Okay, anyway, that's in FreePages. So basically the same sort of thing. Put in an empty block, drag in your code embed block, or in this case we could go straight for the empty HTML code block and stick it in there, and that's it, and we're done. Yeah, so it's basically as simple as that. And yeah, and let's get back to GroovePages. So when we preview it, okay, you can see it's all happening. Okay, so the caveat, okay, there's one fudge in this, and that is that when you put it in the page builder, it's only as big as, you know, as that line. So when the menu drops down, it doesn't drop down well over the existing content, okay, because there's no room for it, there's no space for it, and I couldn't find a way to overlay it. There should be a way to overlay it, but I couldn't find it. I've tried for about 3 or 4 hours and I couldn't find it. So my workaround is that this thing here, My Big Promise, it looks like it's part of the page builder, part of the regular content, but it's actually in the menu. Okay, it's actually in the menu down here, My Big Promise. Now I think, obviously you can edit that, you know, the words, but I think it could be anything, you know, between the div tags. So I've just used an H1 there, but I think it could be a YouTube video embed, it could be an icon, you know, it could be an image, you know, whatever you want. So obviously it's HTML, you need to be able to put HTML in there. Again, any, you know, WYSIWYG HTML editor will help you to do that. Even WordPress will help you to do that if you toggle between text mode and I forget what they call it, but you know, WYSIWYG mode. So whatever content you create, you can just stick between this last div, okay? And the reason it's there, it just gives it room to float over the other one, okay? And the difference is that I can control the layer order in this, okay? I know that's a bit technical, but because I can put Z index equals 1 there, it means my menu will float over it, whereas I can't control what the page builder does. So I've put that space in myself so that I can float the menu over it. So the fudge, you know, fudge 1 is that the menu shouldn't be longer than 3 items, because that's just as much space as I put in, you know, for this other bit, this My Big Promise bit. It can be shorter, that's not an issue, but not more than 3. And the second one obviously is that you've actually got to put the content in the menu code here, okay, and that's it. So I know it's a little bit techy, and ideally you would know HTML, but you know, as I say, once you've basically got the you know, HTML version, the CSS sheet needs no tweaking really. So long as you can come up with this, which you can make in, you know, WordPress and any WYSIWYG HTML editor, and you get your indents and your links as you want them, then once you've got that, then you just add the style sheet to it, okay, and then suddenly it will, you know, do what it's supposed to do. And as I say, the only fudge is that this bit, My Big Promise, is actually in the menu code, not just in the page builder, okay? Because as I say, if that My Big Promise wasn't there, okay, if that wasn't there, then when the menu drops down, it's got no room to drop down over the existing content. So it does actually drop down, but you can't click on it. It won't. When you try and scroll over it, it disappears. And I tried to, you know, tweak that for about 2 or 3 hours, but I couldn't get it to happen. Maybe somebody clever will. But you can see, but my menu at block is actually down to the red line here. Okay, it's not just that little grey strip, it comes all the way down here. So I filled that space with the My Big Promise. You could leave it blank, and I tried leaving it the same colour as the menu, and that kind of looked okay, but I thought, you know, rather than just using up the real estate, let's actually, you know, put something up there which is probably what should be there. You know, always the big promise of the whole page, you know, should be there. Yeah, let's just put it there and give the menu a chance to drop down. Okay, but that's it, so I'm not going to go on about it. and yeah, and that's it. And if you want it, basically, if you want to register for my webinar, which is about 10 slides away from having a sales funnel, and it's zero cost, it's a $67 value, but it's a zero cost webinar, and I'm just going to take you through what the 10 slides are, and obviously that's, you know, related to what we're doing, because if you're building funnels, you need to know you know, what these 10 things are. I mean, this is obviously, there might be other versions, but you know, this is my version. These are the 10 things that will make your funnel work. Okay, so you're building funnels, you need to know what goes in it. Here we go. I'm going to tell you on this free webinar, and then I'll give you this code as a notepad document so that you can use it if you want it, of course. And if you don't want it, you probably still want to come to the webinar. So it's click.com/go/10. The spelled out as TEN. So click.com/go/TEN. Register the webinar, and I'll get you that code for the menu as part of that event. But it's worth coming to this webinar anyway. So that's it. Yeah. Bye for now. I hope you like that HTML code. I didn't want to be beaten. It took me 4 hours. That's why I hope you're going to come to the webinar as my kind of reward for doing that. And I'll see you there. Bye for now. Bye bye.